question is how to have tough conversations in a professional environment. I appreciate you asking me this question. I happen to have some experience in this area in management in several large publicly traded companies. And what I've learned through that experience is that people are doing the best that they can. When you have a team member that comes into the office, you really don't know what they experienced prior to the office. You don't know their inner world, and you don't know the purpose of their involvement with the company or the group or the team. And what I also discovered was that every person that I ever worked with, and therefore every person that I come into contact with, is merely an aspect of me. So everyone is an extension of you. You're projecting everything that you're experiencing. So in order to have a high-level conversation about performance outside of you, you must put yourself in a position internally to have that conversation. And the way you do that is you find a way to connect with the broader senses that you have, your inner intelligence. And you know that you're there because you have a sense of ease, you have a sense of grace, you have a sense of seniority, you have a sense of clarity. And when you're in that space, you then are able to appeal to your team, because everyone wants to do the very best that they can. But the only way you can get the best out of a person is you have to level up your expectation. The way you level up your expectation is by becoming connected to who you are. When you're connected to who you are, you realize that the work that's being put out is a direct reflection of how you're feeling inside. The better it gets, the better it gets. The worse it gets, the worse it gets. So this is really more about how do you orient yourself first, meaning how can you get yourself in a good place, and then go out into the world as a manager and deploy the vision of what you're trying to do, deploy the outcomes, what you're doing is you're appealing to their higher senses. This isn't about the paperwork, it's about the mission. And if you continue to give that high level vision of what it is that we're creating together, people are able to be in a position to realize that what their work is much bigger than they thought before. Whereas before they saw it as a job, they now may see it as some sort of mission or some sort of way to help the world or some sort of way to improve people's lives. And when you keep beating that drum, beating the drum of service, beating the drum of... See, selling, if you look at the etymology of selling, the root word is service. So we're here to serve. So if you appeal to that part of the team member or the employee or the person that's doing work for you, what will end up happening is when you hold that note long enough, you'll find that you attract those that resonate with that message, and those that don't resonate with the message will find their way out of your experience. But if you focus on what's not getting done, you will only receive more of what's not getting done. I hope that makes sense. So Of course we can talk about at a corporate level having expectations and having, these meetings where, you're reviewing their performance and all of these kinds of things. I think you know how to do that. What I'm saying is beyond that. To make that part more constructive, you have to put the bat signal out as to who you are and what you represent, and that bat signal is going to attract everything and everyone and every resource that resonates with that bat signal. Okay? The corporation doesn't want to go here. They don't want. So what I'm saying to you is that the frustration that you're having with the employee or the team member is a frustration that you're having with yourself. So where are you beating up on yourself for not hitting the mark? Where are you beating up on, where are you wanting to have a tough conversation with yourself that you can't quite find the words? Where are you not cutting yourself slack? Or where are you, these things that are in your head, where are you with that? And then when you resolve that in yourself, you're able to move past that blockage and into the zone of service. And then from the zone of service, you're able to beat that drum. And when you beat that drum, you send out the bat signal. And you send out the bat signal, then you attract the help and the resources and the environment and the outcomes that you're desiring. But it happens from the inside first. The greatest leaders are able to appeal to the broader essence of the people that they're working with. Look at President Kennedy. Look at Eisenhower. Look at Barack Obama. Okay? These people were able to appeal to the idea that I know you want to serve. I know you want to be the best. It's just that we have to move past this illusion that we're not good enough. You have to show them that they're good enough. And the way you show them that they're good enough is by knowing that you're good enough, because you're doing the work on yourself and you've taken the journey and you know how they feel. And that's where the resonance really comes in. And whether those people stay with you or move on, you become a leader that not only showed them how to perform in their given craft, but you've given them skills that they will take well into the future, from a self-development, spiritual point of view. So that piece that I just gave you there is everything that should happen before any sort of a review or any sort of a critique of the work that a team member is doing. And that will drive the results that you're looking for. We're all projecting from where we are in the moment. If a person comes into the office and they just had an argument with their spouse, they're probably not going to be tuned to putting out their best work, if that makes sense. But when they get in that office, if your expectation is that they are best of the best, second to none, I put us up against anybody, I know you're a great person, you're great at what you do, you love people, we're going to take that natural ability that you have from that point of view and we're going to deploy that into the world. That's how you turn that around. It could be the one place that they receive love and affirmation for what they're doing, because they're doing the very best that they can. It's really getting the message across that you realize they're doing the very best that they can. And then you let the broader faculties, you let the forces bring in the actors around you to support you. It's not something you assert, it's something you allow. It's inside out, okay? And I'll probably say this in one of my speeches, but if you look at a farmer, if a farmer were to go to an egg with a little chicken in it, and if he got a utensil and he knocked up against that egg to let the chicken out, that's called death. When the chicken is ready to hatch and it lets itself out of the eggshell itself, that's called life. Create an environment, an incubator for people to come out of their shell, to bring themselves into the life that they are, instead of trying to go in the shell and pull it out of them. I hope that helps. This is my first time trying to do this. Give me some feedback on it. Yeah, I think that hit the mark. Let me know, man. Thank you so much for listening.